Hello there, everybody. Thank you so much for stopping by and hanging out with me today. It is January the 20th at 12:17 Mountain Time, and we're going to be doing predictions for each sign for January 21st, Sunday, and then we'll do Reiki for 5 minutes, and after that, we'll do free-for-all questions or cards of the day, just depending, whichever one you prefer. Let's start with Reiki. Reiki. Oh, there's Striving and Romy already. Welcome, welcome. Glad to see you in the room. And I said, let's start with Reiki. What am I thinking? Hello there, Nora. How are you? I am fantastic, my dear. Fantastic. I hope you're well. You're quite welcome, Romy. So let's start with messages for signs. Aries, first one up to bat for the 21st. Aries, I do think that you have some tasks that you are intent on accomplishing on the 21st. And I don't feel like they're going to take all day, though. I think that you're going to be very focused on them. I'm not sure that you're going to be sure how long they'll take. And so you're going to be very focused on making sure you knock those out before you move on to downtime or fun stuff. So that's for Aries. Hello there, Allie. Carla, hello. Alice, hello. Don't worry about your keyboard, honey. We know what's up. We can read what you mean. Taurus, let's take a peek at you. Taurus, I have this sense that you're going to be sitting down looking at your calendar with somebody on the 21st and trying to get some things planned out or put on the schedule. This can be anything from classes to vacation to just when you have time to spend with your significant other, working out your both of your schedules, anything like that. But sitting down and looking at a calendar and working out with somebody else when you're going to get some things accomplished or get some time together. Geminis. I'm being lazy today, Carla. Angela Lukes. Hey, glad to see you and all the babies too. Gemini. Gemini, it feels to me like on the 21st, there's something about your sense of security is kind of going backwards. I feel like there's some kind of situation, Gemini, where it's a little bit of a newer situation. Maybe not new, but it's not something that's been around for years and years. And you were feeling like things were moving forward and security was getting better. For a lot of you, this is going to be relationship, but for some of you, this could be as simple as stock market investments. But something that makes you feel secure in this tangible world. Okay, so it has been moving forward, and I feel like on the 21st, there's a little bit of a setback. I guess it wouldn't be a stock market on the 21st, would it? Because the markets are closed. Anyway, there's a little bit of a setback on the 21st, and I think it has you sort of questioning. It's enough of a setback, Geminis, that it has you sort of questioning. Okay, where are we really? Where are we going with this now? Type of thing. Geminis, I really don't think you have anything much to worry about. What it feels like to me is that this is really a chance for you to get some things clarified before you move forward. So this is actually making your foundation a stronger one. Excuse me. And I am hearing that in some cases, this may be a point where you realize that the direction that I thought we were going is not going to work. And so for some of you, that'll be a clarification and you can make adjustments and move forward. And for others of you, that's going to be a clarification where you say, not so sure I want to be here. Let me out of this. Okay. But something definitely coming through that makes you feel less secure than what you have been and makes you sort of question things. You know, I feel like some of you, yeah, the whole thing will just be breaking down over this, but for the most of you, this is just a chance to really communicate well and to get the foundation set in a little more steady way in this situation or in this relationship. Lanice Jones, I'm not sure I've seen you here before. Glad you're here. Welcome. You're doing chores? Yeah, I'll be doing chores later. Sage Barker, hello. Glad to see you here, my dear. Gemini is your guy. Oh, and it resonates. That's cool. Thank you, Rami. Gemma Croft Baker, hello, welcome. Those of you who are here and who have not already and who don't mind doing so, please share. That is much appreciated. The more people who get to see, who I get to show my abilities and my talents, the more people I get to help, which makes me happy. And it makes the people who I pay my rent to happy as well. All right, let's look at Cancer. Tammy Bambi, hello, hello. Sand, hello, hello. Alrighty, so Cancer coming right up. Cancer, you've got something very similar to Gemini. I feel like you have a choice coming up for you guys on the 21st, whether you want to go forwards with something or whether you want to back out of it completely. I think that the reason that this choice comes up, because I feel like you've sort of been on a path already and you weren't expecting the path to change. But I think there's some kind of alarm bell that goes off for you. You know, there's some kind of red flag or something that comes up that makes you think, and that's going to put you in a position where you're deciding, you know what, I want to figure this out before I get into this any deeper. I don't want to commit to getting into this deeper until I know that this is really what I want to do. So I think you're going to be at a crossroads on the 21st. You're going to be making an important decision. Feels important to me. And it's a very black and white decision. There's no room for gray in here for you Cancers. Hey, 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 there's Ms. Ricky. You're quite welcome, Rami. Leo, on the 21st, what do I have for you guys? Leos, I feel like you're going to be having lots and lots of conversations. And I feel like you're going to be frustrated with those conversations because they're going to be more at a surface level. They're not going to be satisfying or fulfilling conversations. So it may be that you're looking for some very particular information and hoping that conversations will bring that information to the surface, or it may be that you are just looking for um, somebody that you can speak with who you can have an intelligent conversation with, that they're on the same page and that you guys can share ideas and go back and forth with. And that's not happening. Whatever is going on here, though, I feel like there's lots and lots of conversations. In fact, what I'm hearing is too much talk, because even though you're having all of these conversations, you're not feeling like they're producing anything or like they're going anywhere. They're not producing any depth of any bond. They're not producing any kind of work leads. They're not producing anything on an emotional or a tangible scale. Virgos, there's Avneet. Hello, hello. Libra will be coming up soon. Virgos, what do I have coming in for you guys? Virgos, I feel like there's something that you're planning that you're having to run some calculations on. You're having to calculate, what would be the best date, or what's the budget I would have to have for that, or how do I get that budget? How can I make that work? I'm literally seeing like a calculator for you Virgos, like you are planning something down to the last detail on the 21st. And I feel like maybe planning is too much of a forward word on that. Maybe it's more like, I feel like you're more seeing if whatever you have in mind is feasible or not, and that's why you're running the numbers. So that's for Virgos. I see, Gemma. Well, glad you made it back. Let's take a peek at Libras. Libras, for the 21st, I feel like you are feeling very boxed in. You're feeling like you don't have as many options as you may like to have. And I think you're leaping out of that box. I think you're going to be like, no, 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 no. This is not happening. I'm not sure what area of your life this is coming in. For some of you, this may actually have to do with work. You may decide you don't like a situation at work and you're getting out of that, or you may decide that work itself is a situation that you want out of where you're working right now. But for others of you, this also can be a very personal thing where somebody has you feeling boxed in. A family member, a friend, even a romantic partner or significant other can have you feeling very boxed in, and you're not staying in their box. Sorry, Charlie. Don't fit. Not going to happen. You're leaping right out of that thing. Jama, 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 Jama. Glad you're here. Scorpio, let's look at you guys. Ba-da-da-dum, ba-da-da-dum, ba-da-da-dum. Scorpios, what I'm seeing for us is there is a buildup of energy towards something. And I feel like this is a lead up to something. And uh, I think that what we're leading up to is something that's going to be positive, very good. I'm kind of even being brought to mind the Florence and the Machine song, Dog Days Are Over. I think it starts out something like happiness hit her in the back. I feel like whatever this is we're leading up to is going to be something that does make us happy. But I feel like it's important for us to just be patient, chill, let it do its own thing. And gosh, I think we had something really similar yesterday too. This is kind of the same message again. It's just saying that we're building up. That build up is coming. The energy is building, and that thing is going to be happening. We just have to not interfere with that energy. Stay out of the way. Don't try to push it. Don't try to push it. That's our big thing. We get impatient. We want things to happen faster. Just chill. Enjoy the moment. So that's for Scorpios. Anna Lopez. Hello, hello. Sagittarius, Sagittarius. Sagittarius on the 21st. I feel like you're giving somebody a last chance. I don't know. I mean, for most of you, this is going to be a personal thing. For others of you, this is going to be, something going on with friends or family or coworkers. But for a lot of you, this is going to be with your kids. You're going to be telling them, look, I know that you want to go to Walt Disney World, but there are things that have to happen before that can happen. And one of those is that your grades have to be up. You have to get your grades up before we can plan a trip like that. I mean, that's just an example. But I think that there's a lot of similar situations out there with parents and trying to motivate their children and giving them like one last chance to redeem themselves. But Sagittarius, there's somebody out there that you're giving a last chance on the 21st. And it's interesting. I would like to tell you that the outcome will be a good one, that giving them that last chance will be worth it and they'll make good use of that last chance. But I can't say that for all of you. I can't say that it won't be worth it for some of you. But I feel like we've got about a 50-50 split of whether people will make good use of their last chance that you give them or not. Sagittarius. You like the Scorpio message? Scorpio is relatable to you too. Right, Ebony. Right on the Scorpio. Gotcha. Lorraine Southwick. Hello, hello. All is fantastic, my dear. I hope all is well for you. Those of you who have not already, and if you don't mind, please share. We've got 3 more signs, and then we're going to do Reiki. The more, the merrier, I always say. And if somebody has a question about what's going on in Reiki, it's nice if I'm still here to answer that question. So thank you so much, those of you who do share on a regular basis, and those of you who have shared just now. I appreciate it. Capricorns, let's take a peek at you guys. Keep on trucking. Capricorns. Steady as she goes, keep on trucking. Those are the things that I'm hearing for you. Now, obviously, not all of you are truckers, so you have to kind of look at, okay, what would be the meaning of that? That's just same as steady as she goes. Keep on going the way you've been going. If you are thinking about changing something up, or if you've been wondering, maybe if I do this, things would work out better. Maybe if I would do that, then this wouldn't happen. This is Spirit saying, you're not doing anything wrong. Just keep going, keep doing your thing. You're fine. You're fine, Capricorn. Steady as she goes. And that's for those of you who have questions about whether you need to be changing something or not. Now is not the time. For some of you, there will be a time later, but now is not the time. Aquarians. Aquarians. Thank you, Striving. Aquarians, I think it's going to be a really good day for you on the 21st, especially for those of you who own your own business and who survive by doing jobs and doing work contracts, those type of things. I think that you have some big work on your plate, and I think that there's new work popping out of that. So it may be that you're working on a big job and then you're being referred to a couple other people and getting jobs out of those as well. But I feel like there's work coming to you, and that feels like a very good thing to me. It feels like, this is a chance to get yourself out there and to prove yourself to some new people and sort of show off what you can do. I feel like you're happy about this as it comes in, Aquarians. Calabarella, if you want to know about a time frame reference, like I would suggest later on when it's time to ask questions about saying, will such and such happen within the next 6 months? That's what I would say. And then you're going to look at your calendar from today and count out 6 months. Or you can say, will such and such happen by the end of April or the end of January or whatever? Or if you want to say, will such and such happen by the end of fall of whatever year, then you can say that as well. Either of those works. The whole trick with me on my questions is I want you guys to be specific, because if you ask me something and the answer is yes, I don't want you guys waiting until you're freaking 82 and your teeth have all fell out for that to happen. Falled, gosh, where have I been? So anyway, yeah, just make it specific so that you're not waiting forever for whatever the answer might be. Pisces. Let's look at you guys. Pisces, 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 Pisces. Pisces, I feel like you may be doing a little bit of what I call hermitizing on the 21st. You might be spending some time in solitude, or I'm hearing, or wishing you could spend some time in solitude. So some of you will just wish that you could spend some time in solitude, and others of you will actually get a chance to spend some time in solitude. I feel like you just want some quiet, you want some peace. Excuse me, you want to rejuvenate. I think that what's coming through for me is like, typical of water signs, you're in a situation where you've had kind of an energy overload during the previous week. And so now you're kind of ready to basically decompress. And the best way to do that is get away from other people and just do your own thing, whatever feels good at the moment. And I think that's what you guys are going to be doing, Pisces. Or if you're not able, that's what you're going to wish you were doing. Aw, thank you, Avneet. I really think me glowing has a lot more to do with the sunlight and how it changes around here with clouds and not clouds and all of that. But thank you anyway. Alrighty, so your sis-in-law is a trucker and a Capricorn. Oh, so when I said keep on trucking, that's hilarious, Tammy. Let's see. Okay, so that's all of our signs. Let's go ahead and do some Reiki. Reiki, I'm going to set the intention for whatever will benefit each one of you as an individual the most. If you have something specific you would like the Reiki to work on, feel free to adjust that intention. Once you have adjusted that intention, well, not everybody's going to adjust it. Anyway, you feel free to adjust that intention. That's all I need to say there. People who are watching after this broadcast is no longer live, please know that you still can receive the Reiki. All you have to do is set the intention to do that, and it'll be just as effective for you as it was for the people who were here during the broadcast. Okay, so let me get that started. Nora, you're quite welcome. Carla, you're welcome. You're quite welcome striving. Okay, so it is 12:37 here, so we're going to go till 42 after the hour. We'll go to 43 after, so I think we're late in this minute. So we'll go to 43 after the hour today with Reiki. Well, Sage, a lot of times if your sun sign doesn't resonate for you, you may want to check your moon sign or your rising sign. Sometimes they'll actually resonate more. For me, like my sun sign is usually my love life, and then my rising sign is usually my career. But then it always changes too. Like lately, I'm finding my love life where I usually look at my career and I can't find my career anywhere, which I'm thinking is not a good omen. You guys have a lot of energy running into the sacral chakra today, which is interesting. That has to do with how you experience things in a very tangible way. We've also got base chakra going on. It has to do with your sense of security in this world, home, family, income, how you make your living, all of those things. A lot of heart chakra going on right now. You know what my midheaven is? How do you know I have a Capricorn? I don't even know my midheaven. I'm a little tripping that you know my midheaven. How did that happen? Got some throat chakra going on now, guys, and some crown chakra. Third eye chakra hitting in there too. Not quite as strong as the throat and the crown, though. Have you done my birth chart, Carla? Oh, okay. I was feeling a little stalked there for a minute. Gotta tell you. Two more minutes here. Cold all over, and yesterday was warm. So here's my theories. These are not written in stone, but my theories as stand. Warmth has to do with being able to recognize the love coming in from the divine. I think that that makes us actually like literally physically feel warm. But when we feel the cold, what's going on is what's being healed up is old resentments, angers, hurts, negative emotions that we've been carrying around a long time. And we've kind of frozen them. We haven't acknowledged them. We haven't expressed them. And so what happens is when those energies start to come out, it does create the sense of coldness. Right? You want to tell Angela Lukes what a midheaven is? Because, my specialty is tarot cards, not astrology. So we don't want to get me to started lying. But Carla, if you can explain it, go for it. So we're at 12:43. Lots of energy flowing out all over the place to all of you guys. Let's go ahead and wrap this up. You're quite welcome, Ascent. If you find yourself feeling a little bit emotional, then go ahead and allow those emotions to come out. And then also if you, what's the other thing I want to tell you? You just want to release those emotions if they do come out. Also, I always ask the Reiki to find a good stopping point. So if you're feeling like this, even a little bit after the Reiki session is over here or the Reiki micro session is over here, don't be too surprised. I wouldn't expect it to last too long. And if you feel like you need to sleep after Reiki, I always encourage people to do that because sometimes if a shift has been really big, sometimes we have to sort of gain our energy back to get up to snuff with where we have shifted to now. I haven't even opened up the floor and look at you guys. We're still talking Reiki. I was. You guys aren't. Okay, let's start with Gemma. After I put these away, my little reminders, so I don't get stuck and forget what sign I'm on. Let's do a COD for Gemma Croft Baker. Ba-da-da-da, da-da-da-da. COD, Gemma Croft Baker. You've got the star card showing up in reverse. This is telling me that there's something that you're about ready to throw the towel in on. You're about ready to say, bleep, bleepity bleep bleep. I'm so tired of working on this. Blech. Here's the thing, Gemma. When that card comes in reverse, that also means you're really not following your inner guidance system very much. You're not paying attention to it. You're paying more attention to actually what's going on in the material world around you, and you're letting that set the tone. You want to start paying more attention to that inner guidance system and to what makes you happy. That'll get you into a good spot. That's Gemma Croft Baker. Ricky Jorgensen is up next. Ricky Jorgensen. Okay, honey bunny, this is somebody that you're interacting with. You have the death card in reverse. So there's someone that you're interacting with that really does need to make some kind of changes. They know this, but they're just stubbornly refusing to make those changes. Could be somebody like, an example would be, say you have somebody in your life that has diabetes and they know they need to be eating certain things to take care of themselves. And instead of eating the certain things that they know they should be eating to take care of themselves, they're popping like peanut M&Ms and drinking Dr. Peppers. That's a stubborn refusal to change something that you know you need to change. Sometimes this can come up in relationship as well, where somebody knows that if the relationship's going to work, there's something that needs to change, and they're just like, nope, not doing it. So something coming up where you're dealing with somebody who is stubbornly refusing to make a change that really does need to be made if anything good is going to come out of that situation. That's what you've got, Ms. Ricky. Avneet Sachdiva, COD. Six of Bows. This is an abundance. This comes in two ways for me, and Avneet, the way that I feel like it's coming in for you this time is that you're making some good memories with somebody. So if that hasn't happened within the past 24 hours, expect it within the next 24 hours. These are just very pleasant times or memories that you are creating. Alice Nobile, COD. I'm thinking about Avneet. I'm thinking about walking on the beach. Maybe might have something to do with that card. Alice Nobile for the COD. La da 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 da. Alice Nobile, you've got the Two of Swords showing up in reverse. This just tells me you have a situation that you feel like you need to make a decision on. However, you really don't know which way you want to go with that decision. S. Sand would like a COD. La da 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 da. La da 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 da. S. Sand. Page of Clubs, my dear. You're getting some kind of news or go ahead about something that you're excited about doing. Could have to do with work, could be in personal life. Could really be in personal life, S. Sand. Anna Lopez, COD. You're quite welcome, my dear. Anna Lopez, COD. Anna Lopez, Anna Lopez. Lorraine Southwick, I love the way you worded that question. Good job. Anna Lopez, you've got the Emperor. This is somebody that, is this somebody or is this her? This is actually, there's two ways that this is coming in. So this is coming in both as you and as somebody that you're interacting with, Anna Lopez. So as far as it coming in as you, this means you are taking control of some kind of situation where maybe other people were making decisions for you and you're like, yeah, you're not doing as good a job as I would like. I will take that control back. Thank you very much. Now, the other way that this is coming in, Miss Anna, is that there's somebody that you're interacting with who is very much in an authority position and somebody who has a lot of integrity and respect. They do have high expectations, though. They have those high expectations for themselves just as much as for you, but those expectations are high. As long as you live up to their expectations, everything is beautiful and wonderful. If you don't, there could be repercussions. So that's somebody that you're interacting with. I'm not really feeling like there's a good or a bad. It feels kind of neutral to me, but that's somebody that you're interacting with, and that's also the role that you're taking in your own life, Miss Anna Lopez. Lorraine Southwick wants to know, will she speak with her son over the next 24 hours? See, that is a beautiful, specific question. I love it. And if Lorraine had more than one son, I would hope that she would have put like an initial or something like that in there. But I'm assuming she only has one. Anyway, beautifully worded question. Thank you, Lorraine. And will she? I would say that you guys are going to be speaking. I'm not sure if it's going to happen over the next 24 hours or shortly thereafter. But it looks to me like really like the decision has not been made yet. But the next time that you do speak, I think you're going to have a really good conversation with your son. So whether it's within the next 24 hours or the next 48, it's going to be a good conversation. Thank you for that very specific question. And then let's see who's next here. Gosh, I went way too far. Okay. Striving. Striving is a COD today. COD, first driving. Nine of Pentacles showing up in reverse. Nine of Pentacles tells me that you're not feeling very secure when it's in reverse about being able to support yourself, Miss Driving. You're kind of thinking about, how would I be able to do that if I would need to? You're not exactly sure right now. Okay. Carla Burrell, will I be moving in with Mr. C in his home within the next year? Carla, last time we heard about this, you don't even know his relationship status. We're not putting the cart before the horse or anything, are we here? But let's find out. Will Ms. Carla Burrell be moving in with Mr. C in his home within the next year? Carla, I gotta say, I really don't see that happening whenever I look at these cards here. Midheaven basically represents your career path. That's good to know. Thank you, Miss Carla. Quite welcome, Alice. I hope that made sense for you. Lenise Jones wants to know, will Anwar ever be more consistent in his relationship with her by the end of this February? Thank you for making that specific. Will the relationship between Anwar and Lenise be more consistent by the end of February? You've got some really good cards here. It looks to me like the consistency is going to build in this relationship, Lenise. I do see you guys having some questions, though, here shortly within the next week or 2 weeks. I think you guys are both going to be questioning whether you want to be in this relationship. Why do you want to be in this relationship? What do you really want this relationship to look like? Do you need to make tweaks or adjustments to it? Okay. And I think that you guys are going to be sort of backing off, sort of rethinking what it is that you want from this relationship. And then you're going to be picking it back up again. It's going to be, I do think you guys are going to come up with some tweaks and adjustments to how you think you can make it work. And then you're going to be picking it back up again, although there are still some insecurities. So the general, like if I was just looking at these cards as a yes or no, the answer is yes. When you look at the details, I mean, you can hear that this thing is pretty much a roller coaster ride. A little bit less of a roller coaster ride by the end of January or end of February, but I would say not much less of a roller coaster ride. A little bit of progress, but there's still some ups and downs here. This is still on pretty shaky footing by the end of February. Cool, Sam. That's a good idea. Rami wants to know, will she get her passion back and be able to create shows again? That's actually two questions. I think I'm going to boil it down to what I'm seeing as the bottom line. And if I'm wrong, I'm sorry, you'll have to like re-ask again tomorrow. But I think the question I'm going to go with could be, will I get my passion back? Or it could be, will I be able to create shows again? So I think I'm going to go with, will Rami be able to create shows again? We really don't have a time frame there. It could be like 82 before this answer happens, but that's what we've got to work with. You definitely will be able to create shows again. I think it is healing for your soul to be home or where it feels like home to you. And I feel like there's also been some kind of disappointment around that, but you're pretty good at bouncing back and recovering and then getting back into creative mode. I don't see you having a problem with getting back into creative mode and actually creating shows, honey. I think it's going to happen. You just have some recovery time to go through first. You thought you were impatient some days? That's funny. Angela Lukes would like to have a card of the day. I know, you guys, like, when I said I was wrapping up the Reiki, you guys all just, like, posted like crazy. And I still had a comment from the Reiki I wanted to respond to, so I hadn't actually opened up the floor yet. But hey, here we go anyway. Angela Lukes. Card of the day. Oh, that would be you changing your eating habits. Gotcha, Ricky. Angela Lukes, card of the day, card of the day. Okay, so you've got the ancestor Angela Lukes. Whoa, with everything that's going on with you, wow, that could mean a lot of things. So normally the ancestor talks about making a decision about moving forward, transitioning into something new. Ask you to count the costs before you do. With everything that's going on in your family, though, this ancestor could be, could actually symbolize somebody coming to assist one of your relatives and crossing over as they make their transition as well, to kind of show them the way and guide them. Especially with that drum there, the whole beating of the drum, the sound of sort of like follow the drum, sort of like follow the yellow brick road, only it's a drum beat. Follow the drum beat to find your clan or your tribe when you cross over. So I'm kind of feeling like this is not necessarily saying that something is happening today with somebody transitioning, but I do think this card is here to let you know, Miss Angela, that there is family, excuse me, there is family around who has already crossed over, who are coming in to greet and help some of your people as they are getting ready to cross over and to help them make their transition into spiritual. That's what I think we've got there for you, Miss Angela Lukes. Okay, so that was the alarm. So that's going to be the last COD or the last card. La da 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 da. Let me peek through here and see about any verifications or anything else I need to see. Ah, there's Manuela. Hello, hello. Glad you're here, honey. Well, the diabetes was just an example. It wasn't meant to be taken literally, honey. La da 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 da. Oh, yeah, it might be something else that we talked about earlier, huh? I don't know why I was thinking that was coming up tomorrow already. Oh, thank you, Mind Over Matter. That was very kind of you. You're quite welcome, Ricky. You're quite welcome, S. Sand. You're quite welcome, Anna Lopez. Oh, no, the cards of the day are either the past 24 hours or the next 24 hours. The questions, you get to set the time frame. That's how that works. I can see why you got confused there. Lorraine, you're awesome. You really need a good conversation with your one son, hopefully sooner than later. Yeah, I think it's going to be coming in pretty soon, within 48 hours or so. Peace out, Ms. Anna Lopez. Think you are thinking about ways to make money. Gotcha. That would make sense with a 9 of coins in reverse. Thank you for the feedback. CODs are kind of fun. They're a little bit unexpected and they give you a nice heads up. And then if you're feeling like you're kind of in a needy place, then Spirit can tell you what you really need to hear rather than what you're obsessing about. So that makes them more healthy choices sometimes too, depending what you're dealing with. Why, welcome, Ms. Rami. Aw, very cool, Tammy. Yeah, Rami, I use a variety of cards. I like to I've got actually 4 decks in front of me, and I need to buy another deck. I haven't had a new deck in a long time. Um, but I like to just go along the row for each person, and that way the card for the last 3 people are kind of turned up, and if there's a question that I see in time, I can look back and go, oh yeah, they got this card, da-da-da. But I love the artwork on these guys. And that's really why I buy my cards. I've actually never had an original Rider-Waite. I like to have things that are a little bit more unique and that speak to me in a more direct way, and the Rider-Waite just never has for whatever reason. So this deck here with all the contrast on the pictures, this is actually the Russian Tarot of St. Petersburg if you were to buy it in a store. I have named my deck Precision because the artwork was all done in actual size, which is not typical for a tarot deck. And so the person who actually did this artwork is no longer alive, but they were very famous for doing those Russian eggs. I can't remember the name of them exactly now. But some of these strokes have been made with like a brush with 1 horsehair, and he used an arm brace to make sure that he could keep his hands steady as he was doing these pictures. So I always thought that was fascinating. That's why I call them Precision. And then these are shadowscapes. I like all the pastel and the artwork here. That's the back. I call this deck Lavender, but if you want to buy it, it's Shadowscapes. And there's lots of great imagery in here. Shadowscapes was not made to size, and the person who actually did the artwork has a website. You can always Google it. They used to have every single picture from every single card up on that website. Last time I went back there, it wasn't there. But you can see a lot more detail actually on the pictures on the website, and they are just fascinating. And let's see. The next one that I have this is the one that I actually started out learning on. And this is the one I used to do all my pro readings on, although now I use just any deck for my pro readings. You can tell from the back. This is actually the second deck that I've had like this. I had to retire 1 deck already. I really should retire this one, obviously. This is called the Wildwood Tarot. I've named it Green Tree. My original deck, it only had the border. The tree actually was not on the cover of the cards. And so this is the one that you're going to see, like one of the ones that you'll see a lot of nature in it. And to me, it's kind of like fairy tale type artwork from when I was a little girl. That's what it makes me think of. And I'm all about nature. I love nature for getting grounded. So this deck really called to me. Like I said, this is the first deck that I ever really worked with. And then my newest deck is actually kind of similar. It's the Druid Craft Tarot, and you can see there's what the back looks like, and it has a lot of similar artwork. It's very nature oriented. There are a lot of Druid concepts drawn into the cards, and I'm kind of into the Druid stuff. In some of my past lives, I was a Druid priestess, and so I'm drawn to all of this good stuff too. So that's how I do it. All of my cards are stuff that I'm drawn to. Okay, so let's see. What else do I need to acknowledge before I get out of here? Have a great day, S. Sand. Peace out, my dear. I can believe that, Angela Lukes. I've had spirit come through before in tarot readings, so it doesn't really surprise me. No worries, Manuela. Tammy Bambi, you have a great day as well. Peace out, Manuela. See you next time. Yeah, the Russian one is really interesting. They're all really interesting. Okay, everybody, thank you so much for keeping me company and keeping me on my toes. Everyone have a fantastic day, and I'll see you all back here, I would say probably tomorrow. Bye.